Hello again YouTube, welcome back to another video. It's 2025 and I still haven't uploaded my legend battles from last season, so why don't we do that now? We're going to take a look at Shadow Drifblim in the Great League. I just built it and I wanted to use it, so I've paired it with a Shadow Machamp and an Ariados. In hindsight, probably not the best team for Drifblim, but if you've been watching me for a while, you already know that this is not the channel for team recommendations, so I'm sure someone else will have a team recommendation out there on YouTube. Anyway, without further ado, let's get right into the battles. Alright, here we go. First battle, looks like we've got a legend player running a Gastrodon. This is why we have Trailblaze on the Ariados hitting for that double super effective damage. They're definitely going to want to shield this if they want to keep their Gastrodon healthy. I don't think it quite KOs, but after boosting once, it's definitely going to KO. We're going to shield up to get that second shield or the knockout here. Let's see what the opponent decides to do. Opponent will be double shielding their Gastrodon. I think we all saw that one coming, but let's see what I decide to do here. I am going to shield. I really want to KO this Gastrodon. Opponent switching out, not going to let that happen. I make a bit of a mistake here, throwing resisted energy when I believe I could have just switched in the Drifblim, but now I can go for an easy farm down after tanking this one move. Does a decent amount of chip damage, but we're able to farm down. In comes a Dewgong, and we have the Shadow Ball. Let's see how much this does. Going over half of the Dewgong's health. That is quite a respectable amount of damage for a bulky Pokemon like Dewgong. Anyway, we're able to bring in the Machamp, and no single move KOs here. But I'm going to need to make sure that I have enough energy for this Gastrodon in the back. We're going to be throwing a Crush Chop, trying to get to another one. Can we get there? We are able to get there, but that Dewgong is still alive in the back. This is going to be a race. Can we farm down in time? Nope, not there, but can Ariados Poison Sting down? Oh, we get farmed down to last second. GG's to the opponent. It's difficult to talk this quickly. I'm running the battles at 2 times speed when normally I think I do 1.5 times. But yeah, this is I might have to take breaks. Picking up a terrible Core Breaker on the lead, we're going to switch in Drifblim, hoping that they don't have an answer, but they do in Shadow for Alligator. However, Drifblim can actually win this matchup in the 2 shield because the Astonishes just do that much damage. Although Switch doesn't really help me here, but I'm bluffing like it does, hoping that my opponent's going to give up shields, and they are giving up shields. Now I'm going to let this go and try to get energy on my Ariados, hoping that I can farm down in time, but I can't. Thankfully, they are debuffed, so this Hydro will not be KOing, and they're going to come back in with a Clodsire. This is exactly what I want because Clodsire is a hard wall to the Machamp in the back, so we're just going to be ramping up our Trailblaze damage here, trying to chip the Clodsire as much as we can. And they're below half. I'm hoping this is close enough for a Stone Edge to maybe KO, but my hopes aren't very high. Anyway, they're going to switch out, and I get a 1-turn lag when I bring in my Shadow Machamp, meaning this is going to be a CMP tie when normally I should have outpaced. They are obviously going to win the CMP tie, but now they have no reason to shield now that they have gotten my last shield. So I'm going for the Hail Mary Stone Edge. Can this KO, or will they even shield it? They are not going to shield it. It is not going to KO. And my opponent is able to take me out on 1 HP with a shield. So far the battles aren't going too well, but let's see if we can turn things around in the next few. Going up against another legend here, Shadow Dragonite on the lead. That is not what you want to see. I am going to stay in and throw the lunge because if I'm lucky I might get a shield, but even so this will do a decent amount of chip damage even though it's resisted. Look at that, getting it below health, and they are debuffed. I'm more than happy to let my Ariados go down and hope that my back 2 Pokemon can sweep. Bring in the Drifblim, trying to farm down. We are able to get the farm down. That is massive. I instantly switched, seeing the Bug Steel typing, afraid of a Forretress. But as you'll see later on that I was quite mistaken about what Pokemon that was. Anyway, Machamp here getting hard countered by the Toxapex. Just going for Stone Edge, is probably going to grab a shield here. We do get the shield. Toxapex farming down. I still have 2 shields and I get denied and astonished there. Quite unfortunate indeed. I'm gonna have to start using my shields eventually, but I don't want to shield 2 brines because they do not do that much damage. However, we're still super glassy, so these poison jabs actually starting to add up a little bit. They get to another brine. Gonna have to give up my last shield, and it is a Shadow Scizor in the back, meaning that this game is over. They just shield up the Shadow Ball, and oh, the opponent actually concedes the match, giving me a free win. I assume because they saw I wasn't legend. Normally, I don't like getting free elo, or freelo as we like to call it, but I respect the opponent for trying to be nice and helping out experts trying to reach legend. For future reference though, if you do queue into me while I'm trying to push for legend, I'd actually appreciate it more if you took the win, because I like the challenge of achieving legend. Queuing into another legend, hopefully we can actually win a battle in this video. It's been 3 battles so far, I've lost all 3 of them, not doing a very good job here, but let's see if we can change that. Getting hard counter on the lead, we're going to bring in the Drifloon and try to play out some sort of field scenario here, but I'm pretty sure this Shadow Ball does not KO. Azu is a very tanky Pokemon, not going to KO. They're going to bank a move and switch into their own Shadow Drifloon, and I am screwed. Shadow Drifloon is core breaking a good amount on my team. Like I said, this team was not designed with much thought, so it's going to have a lot of core breakers. I'm able to bring in Ariados and absorb some damage because they are debuffed. This lunge should be knocking out the Drifloon or getting it very low at the least. We're able to grab a shield, and this is getting close to cross chop range, so I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to rely on Machamp. I'm going to try and see if I can sweep with Machamp, because they have 2 answers to fighters. Hopefully their 3rd Pokemon is weak to fighters. Cross chop able to pick up the knockout versus Shadow Drifloon. Azu has a move, and they have a Poliwrath as well. I need to save this shield for that Azu. Can 2 cross chops knock out this Poliwrath? It's going to be close, but I think cross chop is going to KO here. Let's see. It does KO, and that means that I will be able to take out the Azumarill, and the opponent's going to top left on the move. Finally able to win a match here. I was quite struggling in these last few sets to gain elo, probably because I did not make a very good team with Shadow Drifloon. Even though I'm not winning much, hopefully these battles are still somewhat entertaining. Queuing into another legend, very close to that legend range, so we're going to be queuing into a lot of them. And we have a Shadow Kanto Marowak on the lead. This cross chop does about 50% health, not enough to threaten the shield, but they are going to shield anyway to preserve some HP. They're going to be throwing on alignment. I do have to shield this if I want to survive, but I am going to let it go and bring in the Drifloon. Opponent hard switches into Dewgong, and I have the Ariados to respond. This leads me to believe that they have another answer to Drifloon in the back, so I may want to shield up the Ariados here. And even though they debuff me, I'm able to get my attack right back up with that Trailblaze. This should be picking up the knockout versus the Dewgong, and it does. They're bringing back in the Marowak to absorb some energy. I'm just going to throw right away. I want to minimize any Mud Slap damage I take. Let's see here. They are going to let it go, and it is Carbink in the back. Ariados hanging on 1 HP to reach the move. I am double boosted, so I'm going to throw the lunge here, knowing that they're going to shield this. We're going to get the debuff, and now it's a matter of can Drifloon with the shield take out a Carbink, one of the bulkiest Pokemon in the Great League. How much does the Shadow Ball do? Does not KO, but the Carbink is so low. The Carbink is so low. We're shielding up. It's a Power Gem. I believe if they had Rock Slide there, they actually would have made it to another Rock Slide before my Icy Wind. Because they had Power Gem, I'm able to outpace and take out the Carbink. We're able to go 3-2 with some help, of course. And our elo is getting right up to the limit there, right before 3,000. We're hitting 29.98. At least it's not 29.99, am I right? Anyway, no more stalling. Let's hop straight into the second set here. Hopefully things go better than in the last one. Queuing up once again against another legend, against a Licky. This is a bit of a core breaker for the team, once again showing that my team building skills are not up to par with the rest of the competition. However, Body Slam is not going to be doing that much damage, and I do not want to give up an early shield, so we will be letting that come through and throwing the lunge. I just want to get this thing as low as possible because the lower it is, the better Drifloon can deal with it, especially if it is not running Shadow Ball. If it is not running Shadow Ball, then its moveset is actually walled by Drifloon, so at this health range, it's actually a good matchup for Drifloon. Opponent goes for the undercharge, so I'm going to hard switch into Snipe with the Machamp. Turns out to be a terrible mistake because I get hard countered by an Annihilate. This Stone Edge still will do respectable damage though, getting the shield from the opponent, and they're throwing their energy. This is great for me because I can now come in with Drifloon and farm down. Expecting the opponent to switch out here, they do into their own Drifloon. And this is where things get tragic because all they have to do is farm down the rest of my team and there's nothing I can do about it. Drifloon leaves on 1 HP and they top lift! Another legend giving freelo. Once again, I'm not a fan of getting free wins on my legend push, but my opponents have no way of knowing that, so I can't be mad at them. Shoutouts to these opponents for trying to be good sports and giving out wins to experts in need. Even if I didn't personally want the win, I still respect that. So thank you, trainer. Moving on to the next battle, we have a Quagsire on the lead, and we're going to go straight for the Trailblaze. This will do massive super effective damage if they don't shield, and they don't. Probably because they know they can survive, but I believe I can just farm down if I shield a Stone Edge. Opponent knows this and goes for the bait. However, they're not even building up to the Stone Edge this time. I guess they just want to get any chip damage they can. I'm going to be going for the farm down here, able to get it right as they reach the Aqua Tail, and now they're bringing in their own Ariados to absorb damage. These lunges, though, are single boosted and will add up against the opposing Ariados. They will also have to throw their own lunge to KO. Look at that, getting their Ariados into the red with those Poison Stings, and now they're finally throwing their move after probably doubling up. I'm going to bring in my Drifloon Tawala energy. It's a Morpeko in the back, and I have the Shadow Machamp. However, they have a 2-to-1 shield advantage, but I know that I can survive a Psychic Fangs, and I'm betting that's what they're going to go for. So I'm going to call that. And we're going to be able to do massive super effective damage with these Cryochops. They're forced to throw again. And at this point, I believe I can just let this go and Astonish down with Drifloon. At this point, the opponent has no win con, so they will be conceding the match. GG's, and we're finally able to take a decent win. Hopping into another match, we have another Licky on the lead, and I didn't even get a chance to do anything. The opponent just completely surrendered the match, and that's another win of Freelo, meaning that I am now 3-2 in this set, and I have reached Legend. I think this is the first time I've ever reached Legend like this, and honestly, when this happened to me, I was quite upset. I'm actually gonna Trailblaze this for— What the— Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? Why is everyone so nice today? I've hit Legend. I've done it. I've got a 3-2. I can't even, man. That's how this video ends. That's how we're ending it. There was no cool play with the double Legacy Machamp. There's nothing. No, we're ending it like that. Again, I know that these people are just trying to be nice, but I really wanted to earn my Legend. But thinking about it longer, I realized that in the end, it's just a game, and my opponents were trying to be nice and give out free wins to experts. So even if 2 out of my 3 wins in my Legend set were handed to me, I suppose I should just accept the kindness and move on. Anyway, we're here, so we might as well finish out the set. And I have not demonstrated much skill today, unfortunately, but hopefully you guys still find these battles somewhat entertaining. Picking up a great lead in Azumarill. This might be the best lead we've had this entire video. Go figure, right after I hit Legend, right? Anyway, we're able to land a super effective Trailblaze, boosting our attack. Azumarill is going to let that go, understanding that the first one will do the least amount of damage. We actually shield up a Hydro Pump there, which is great for me. Able to build up and throw a lunge here. I'm realizing that I probably should have just gone for the Trailblaze and boosted my attack more, but we're able to undercharge and leave with a decent amount of energy. In comes another massive Core Breaker for the team, but they're going to let a boosted lunge come through. That is a massive mistake by the opponent. We're getting to another lunge here. I'm going to hard pivot into Drifloon. They are double debuffed, and they throw an alignment, meaning that they have 2 Brutal Swings, but they're only going to get 1 off. Let's see what they have in the back. It's a Ferrothorn, and we're able to pick up that win. Alright, let's see if we can finish this strong. Last battle of the video. Hopefully we can have a cool battle to end this off. Alright, we got Ariados into Malamar. This is a pretty neutral matchup, however, Ariados will be outpacing to that lunge. Let's see what the opponent decides to do. Malamar will be giving up the shield. That will be double super effective damage, easily taking out the Malamar. I'm going to return with my own shield and try to get to another lunge. Going for a lunge. Opponent is going to have to double shield or let their Malamar go down. They are going to double shield, but they can't farm down. I'm going to get to another lunge. Now, I am going to let this go because I'm afraid they're going to switch. It's a superpower? Okay. Anyway, we're going to come in with them a Machamp because they have to throw superpower and debuff themselves to do any meaningful damage. And that is just not doing a lot. Remember, they're like triple debuff from that superpower and the 2 lunges. They're going to switch in their Azu. I'm going to respond with the Drifloon. I am going to respect the Ice Beam because I do not want this Azumarill with that much health on my Machamp. Building up as much as I dare, 100 energy, going for the Shadow Ball. Will it KO? It does not KO. Azumarill survives. No, they're able to get off the Ice Beam and KO my Drifloon. But what is in the back? It's Machamp versus the world. Malamar comes in. I'm throwing right away. Cannot let any of those side waves hit me. What is in the back? And it's a Clodsire. Well, if that isn't a way to end off this video, then I don't know what is. Regardless, we're able to reach the legend rank, getting the pose and some Stardust. I guess I owe you guys an apology for this video. I took a lot of losses, and the wins I did get, a lot of them were given to me. I did not play at my best in these sets, and I definitely don't feel like I deserve legend. But what's done is done. All I can do now is try harder for the next video. Oh yeah, one more thing. My Pikachu Libre was very bad, so don't even worry about it. Even with my subpar gameplay and quite a few losses, I do hope you still enjoyed the video. I hope you all have a great start to 2025, and I'll see you all in the next one.